In this video, I'll show you how to use My OKR, an app that helps you set and track your personal goals so you can grow and succeed. This video is pretty long, so feel free to jump to the part you need using the timestamps in the description. First, let's talk about what OKR is. OKR stands for Objectives and Key Results. Basically, it helps you reach your goals and see the results you want. Andrew Grove came up with it, and big companies like Intel, Google, Facebook, Microsoft, and Dell use it. While it's used a lot in business, it's also really good for personal goals. I'll show you why. Imagine this. You get home after a long day and see a dirty floor. You might think, I need to sweep. Then you realize you also need to mop and then wait for it to dry. That's how we often think about tasks, especially at work. It's not bad, but there's another way to think. Now, imagine you see the dirty floor and stop to think about what you really want. You want a clean floor, right? But what does clean truly mean? It means no dust, no sticky stuff, and a dry surface that's comfortable. And you really want it to be clean every day. How can you achieve that? You could do those tasks yourself, or you could consider better options, like a robot vacuum that does it all before you get home, every day. Instead of just the tasks, you can find better ways to do things. That's the main benefit of using OKR for your personal goals. Most of us work, and the systems at work are already set up. We don't need to come up with new ideas. We just do the tasks that help the company make money, and we get paid. This makes us think in terms of tasks. But personal goals are different. They're about what you want to achieve. There's no set system or path. So just focusing on tasks isn't always the best way, especially when you're doing something new. Instead, we should focus on the results we want and find the best way to get them. That's why OKR is great for personal goals. Are you striving for a better life? Do you have dreams you want to turn into reality? My OKR is the app designed to help you not just define your goals but actually achieve them. My OKR stands out because it seamlessly integrates goal setting with powerful time management. It's not enough to know what you want to achieve. You need to plan when and how. My OKR allows you to define your objectives and key results (OKRs) and then directly link them to your schedule. You can track your progress in real time, making sure your time is spent on activities that truly move you towards your vision of a better life. Drag and drop scheduling, progress visualization, and direct links between your goals and your calendar. It's all designed to turn aspirations into action. But simply tracking time isn't enough. You need to understand how you're using it. That's where My OKR's Insights screen comes in. It provides valuable statistical data on your progress, your trends, and how you're allocating your time. Are you spending enough time on your goals? Are you making consistent progress? The Insights screen gives you the answers, empowering you to identify imbalances and make informed adjustments to your habits and plans. This continuous feedback loop is crucial for sustained progress and building a more balanced and fulfilling life. Finally, My OKR understands that achieving a better life is a journey, not a sprint. That's why it's designed to be your personalized and supportive companion. From daily inspirational quotes to customizable notifications and a focus utility to minimize distractions, My OKR creates an environment that encourages consistent engagement in the development of positive habits aligned with your goals. It's about building a system that supports you every step of the way. Welcome to the heart of My OKR, the objectives screen. This is where you'll manage everything you want to achieve. You can add your first objective in a few ways. Choose from our predefined templates for common goals. Get a little help from our AI assistant to brainstorm, or simply type in your objective using your own words. Keep in mind, whether you pick a template or use the AI, these are just starting points. Feel free to tweak and adjust them to perfectly match your reality and what you truly expect to achieve. An objective is simply what you want to achieve. Give it a clear title or a short sentence that constantly reminds you of it. You might have heard of the SMART criteria: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. While it's good to aim for that, don't get too hung up on perfection at this stage. Just jot down what you want to achieve, and you can refine it as you go. The description box is your personal reminder of why this objective is important to you. You can leave it blank if it's obvious, but if it's a longer-term goal, writing down your strong reasons is a great idea. When things get tough, and they will, having those reasons clearly stated will help you stay focused and keep moving forward. The deadline is just your best guess, your initial estimate of when you'd like to achieve this. If you have a firm date in mind, great. If not, that's okay too. Treat it as a working target. The color option is purely for your visual organization. Pick a color that resonates with you or helps you categorize your goals at a glance. Once you're happy with the basics, just tap the Add button. Now, let's look at an existing objective. This circle on the left shows the overall progress. Notice how the color changes based on its status. Blue means you're on track. If it turns yellow, it's a good time to review your plan. And if it's red, it signals that you might need to take some action to get back on track. Right below the objective title, you'll see the next upcoming milestone, or the closest key result you've planned. Focus on achieving this specific step to keep your overall objective moving forward. See this 3-line icon? Tapping it opens the context menu for this objective. Here, you can tap Edit to change the title, description, deadline, or color. You can also move up to increase its priority, or move down to lower it. You can also change the order by dragging this handle when you're in edit mode. Or for a quick reorder, simply tap and hold the objective until it lifts slightly, then drag it to its new position in the list. So, the key here is to try and picture what success looks like for each objective. At a minimum, make sure it's something you can realistically achieve and measure in some way. Remember, we're human, not machines. An objective that isn't perfectly defined right away is totally fine, as long as you're making progress. As you move forward, you'll naturally learn how to refine it. To dive into the specific steps for an objective, simply tap this button. Let me show you the key results for our example objective. Having more quality family time in 3 months. You can see the objective title isn't perfect, but that's okay. The key results here will help us define what quality times means and how we'll measure it. At the top, you'll see which objective's key results you're viewing. Use these 2 arrow buttons to navigate between the key results of different objectives. Below, you'll find the list of key results for this objective. This progress bar works similarly to the circle on the objective screen. The difference here is you can directly tap on it to quickly update the progress of this specific key result. This context menu for each key result allows you to enter edit mode or easily adjust its priority, moving it up or down within the list. Set a clear deadline for each key result. This defines when you expect to achieve this specific outcome, which contributes to the overall objective. This balance icon lets you specify the weight or importance of each key result. In reality, some steps are more critical than others. You can choose between normal, high, and critical. My OKR calculates the progress of each key result based on your input, whether it's a percentage completed, an amount achieved, or the number of tasks done, along with the deadline, the weight you've assigned, and when the key result was created. You can find a detailed explanation of this calculation through the link in the description. Currently, My OKR supports 3 ways to measure your key results: by tracking individual tasks, by percentage completion, and by inputting a specific amount or number. Actions are the specific things you need to do to achieve a key result. If you're measuring by percentage or amount, simply completing an action doesn't automatically update the progress. You'll manually input your progress by tapping on the progress bar. My OKR also supports recurring actions, tasks you need to do, daily, weekly, or on any other schedule. Completing a recurring action only marks it as done for that instance. The next day or week, it will reset as incomplete, ready for you to track again. In the edit mode for a key result, you can hold this handle to reorder it, just like with objectives. But you can also use the context menu and the long press and drag method to rearrange them. If you have many key results and want a cleaner overview on your phone screen, you can collapse them to show only a compact view. Remember, writing down your objectives and key results is just the beginning. It's the execution, the actual work you put in, that leads to achievement. OKR is a framework, and My OKR is a tool to help you conquer your goals with ease. Tracking your progress is super important. It helps you see where you are, how likely you are to reach your goal, and what adjustments you might need to make. My OKR can even remind you to check in on your progress with customizable notifications, which we'll explore in the settings screen. Remember, execution is key. Without it, all plans are just dreams. We've talked about having a good plan for your goals, but as we all know, planning is just the beginning. To actually achieve things, we need to use our time effectively, and time is the one resource we all get the same amount of each day. Managing your time isn't always easy, especially if you're juggling a 9-to-5 job or a busy personal life. That's where My OKR's timeline screen can really help you out. There are two key ideas behind how we approach time management here: creating a balanced week and building habit days. So what do those mean? A balanced week is about making sure you dedicate time to all the important areas of your life. That includes your work, your social life, working on your objectives, and even just relaxing and having fun. Trying to push too hard on just one thing, like your long-term goals, can lead to burnout or neglecting your income source. Remember, steady progress in all areas often gets you further in the long run. A habit day is about making your long-term goals a regular part of your routine. To achieve something new, you need to make it a habit. So find some time each day, even if it's just a little, to work on your objectives. Make it happen consistently. As Kenneth Goldsmith said, if you work on something a little bit every day, you end up with something that is massive. At the top of the timeline screen, you'll see a preview of your week. All the time you've planned will be displayed here, week by week. You can always jump back to today by tapping this Now or Today icon. Use these arrow icons to move forward and backward through the weeks. Or, if you want to jump to a specific day, tap here and select the date you're interested in. This zoom in and zoom out button is a handy way to switch between focusing on the entire week at a glance or diving into the details of a single day. Tapping on any day in the weekly preview will show you the detailed schedule for that specific date in the lower section. Now, let's look at the lower part of the screen, your daily activities. You can schedule a new activity by tapping this Add button. This scheduling window might look like it has a few options, but it's simpler than it seems. Here, you'll see a visual layout of all the activities you've already planned for the day. This helps you see where you have free slots and decide the best time for your new activity. These buttons offer a quick way to set the start and end times for your activity. You'll get the hang of using them very quickly. Don't forget the Repeat option. Most of your time planning will likely involve recurring activities. This feature makes it easy to schedule things that happen regularly. Just like other calendar tools, you can specify how often it repeats, daily, weekly, or any other interval, and which specific days of the week it applies to. Now, if you want to dedicate this time slot to a specific goal, tap this icon to see a list of your objectives. You can choose to work on the overall objective if you want some flexibility in what you do during that time, or you can select a specific key result to really focus on a particular outcome. Once you're happy with your schedule, simply tap Added. Because you're planning for the future, the timeline will show the start time of your activity, and this bell icon indicates that you'll receive a notification at that time. Here's a quick overview of the key result you've planned to work on. While you'll likely plan most of your time for working on your objectives, My OKR also lets you schedule general reminders or prompt actions as needed. It will notify you when the time comes. The context menu here lets you quickly jump to the source objective to see its current status, actions, or adjust other settings as needed. Tap Edits to modify the schedule for this activity. For activities in the past, the timeline will display the time you actually spent working on them. If you didn't track the time, it will indicate that there's no information yet. You can easily edit the track time by accessing the context menu for that past activity. This is really convenient if you forgot to start tracking but still want to have accurate statistics for analyzing and improving your time management. Calendar events from your device are always visible in the weekly preview. You can also choose whether or not to show them in this detailed day timeline by toggling this button. We'll talk more about synchronizing your calendar in the settings screen. What if you suddenly have some free time or just feel like working on something? This Start Working Now button is your friend. You can select an objective or a specific key result to begin working on and track that time right away. The biggest difference between My OKR and other goal-setting or calendar tools is that it has built-in utilities to easily track the time you spend on your goals. This Start Tracking button also gives you a tool to stay focused. Simply tap Start and stay focused to choose the duration you want to concentrate for, and then start your work. This burning candle will go out. If you pick up your phone, you'll have less than 5 seconds to put it down, or you'll break your focus session. Of course, it will burn out completely when you've stayed focused for your chosen time. Tracking your spent time is an optional feature. If you're happy with your progress, you can skip it. However, if you find yourself struggling to get things done, or feeling like you don't have enough time for your OKRs, tracking will give you valuable data to make smarter changes. We'll dive deeper into how this data can help you on the Statistics or Insights screen. Welcome to the Insights screen. At the top, you'll find your daily dose of inspiration. You can even set up a daily notification for this quote at a specific time in the settings. These little reminders can be surprisingly helpful in getting your day started with a focus on your goals. Next up, we have the Total Progress widget. This gives you a quick snapshot of how all your objectives and key results are doing overall. It uses the same color-coded status you've seen before: blue for on track, yellow for a warning to review, and red for immediate action needed. You can also add this widget to your home screen for constant visibility. This is great for keeping a balanced view of all your goals, so you're not just focusing on one area. If your overall progress consistently falls behind, it might be a sign to consider reducing the number of objectives you're pursuing. The Start Tracking widget will look familiar from the timeline screen. The key difference here is that this widget allows you to easily pause and resume your tracking. Below that, you'll find the OKR Trend widgets. These show you the historical progress of each of your objectives over time. You'll even see a small prediction line to give you an idea of the trend. Use these arrow icons to switch between different objectives. Keep in mind, the trend will only start to calculate after you've checked in your progress at least 3 times. This information helps you understand how well you're executing your plans. If the line is consistently low, you might need to adjust your habits or your deadlines. If it's often above the blue on track area, you might be underestimating what you can achieve. The Upcoming Milestone widget is similar to the milestone indicator you see within each objective. However, this widget displays the nearest upcoming deadline across all of your objectives and key results. Again, this helps you stay on track with the bigger picture, reminding you that you're aiming to achieve all your goals, not just a select few. The Journey widget is pretty self-explanatory. It gives you a visual overview of your entire path to success. This circle shows your current position in that journey and your overall status. You'll also see other milestones displayed, so you know what you're working towards and when. Now we move into the time management specific widgets. The first one is based on the time you've actually tracked. This circle chart shows how much time you've spent on each objective. Use this to see if you're allocating your time in a balanced way throughout the week. Next, we have the Time Allocation widget. This shows you where most of your time is currently going, or where you anticipate it will go based on your planning. If you see a large portion dedicated to routine tasks, you might want to consider allocating more time to your OKRs. Remember, a balanced week is generally more sustainable. Finally, the Tracked Hours widget shows you the total hours and minutes you've tracked, both automatically by the app and manually for past activities. If this aligns with your expectations, you can probably ignore it. However, if it seems low, it might indicate that you need to be more diligent about tracking your time to truly understand where it's going. There's no one-size-fits-all strategy for maximizing your time on what matters. It depends on your individual goals, availability, and capabilities. The core idea behind My OKR's time management is to help you build a balanced week and create consistent habit days. This insight screen is designed to give you the data you need to work towards those two things. You can make adjustments based on the suggestions here, or you might develop your own methods that work best for you. Welcome to the settings screen. This is where you customize My OKR to perfectly fit your needs. At the top, you'll find convenience buttons for signing out of your account, providing feedback, and accessing the web app. Please note, if you're logged in anonymously, signing out will erase all your data and it won't be recoverable. Giving feedback is easy. If something isn't working as expected, it could be a bug or simply a suggestion. You can navigate to the specific screen you want to report, even draw annotations to help our developers understand your message. The more detail you provide, the better we can assist you. Remember, feedback through the app is anonymous, even if you're signed in. If you'd like a reply, please email us at support@10olife.com. The Scan QR code button lets you use your camera to log in to the web app, accessible at app.10olife.com. This offers another convenient way to manage your OKRs with a mouse and keyboard. Keep in mind that the web app might not have all the latest features available in the mobile app. The next section is subscription. Here you can upgrade your My OKR experience. If you mainly need OKR management, the standard access is sufficient. But if you want to maximize your time with features like repetitive actions, reminders, time tracking, customization options, and our AI assistant, you'll love the unlimited access. You can try it out for a trial period to see if it meets your needs. In this section, you'll also find useful resources like our privacy policy, which explains that your data is secured by Google Firebase, and we never use it for any other purpose. You'll also find wiki articles with helpful information about My OKR and related topics. And finally, there's a link to our comprehensive tutorial about My OKR, which is the very video you're watching right now. So you can always find it here. Next, we have notification settings. Here, you can choose when to receive your daily motivational quote. You can also schedule notifications for planned activities with a specified lead time. And you can set up regular check-in reminders, so you never forget to track your OKRs. As we've discussed, tracking your OKR progress is crucial. It provides valuable insights into your progress and helps you determine if adjustments are needed. In these settings, you can specify how long after an objective hasn't been tracked, from 1 to 7 days before the app reminds you. Choose a time that fits your schedule. The high priority notification setting is a convenience feature that ensures you never miss scheduled OKR execution. It raises the importance of these notifications, making them more noticeable on your phone. The general settings section allows you to customize your overall My OKR experience. The first setting integrates time tracking with our focus utility, showing a burning candle to help you resist phone distractions and stay on task. After using My OKR for a while, you'll likely accumulate successfully achieved objectives. This setting allows you to hide those, so you can focus on your current endeavors. You can always review your achieved OKRs by turning this setting off. If you prefer a more colorful app, this setting lets you replace the default white background with any color you choose. Synchronizing local calendars is helpful if you use a calendar for work, meetings, or reminders, and want to see those events in My OKR. To view events from Google, Apple, or other calendars, first add them to your phone. Then this setting allows you to select which calendars to sync with My OKR. If you don't want to sync any calendars, simply uncheck them. The next setting is for your available time. Most people are typically available from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., which is the default range for planning activities in the timeline screen. However, My OKR allows you to specify different time ranges for different days. Like most apps, My OKR supports multiple languages. By default, it will identify your phone's language and select the appropriate one. If it doesn't do so automatically, you can change it here. The final setting reflects our strong commitment to your privacy. If you ever decide to completely erase all your data, this is the place. It's marked as a dangerous zone, because after you confirm, no one, even us, can recover your data. We permanently remove everything. Please note that this process may take some time, but it won't exceed a day. So, there you have it. A tour of all the screens in the My OKR app. We hope this video has given you some exciting ideas and encouraged you to start exploring. Remember, you can always find this tutorial again in the settings screen of the app. Thank you for watching, and we wish you all the best on your journey to success.